Hi there, hope you're having a good day. Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be talking about the top 10 basketball shoes from Nike and Jordan brand. Their releases this year have been pretty solid. I thought last year was a little bit disappointing as far as quality and innovation go. Having the Sabrina 2 at number 1 wasn't sad, but that was like the best option available to me, and it did turn out to be super popular for good reasons. So let's just rank their hoop shoes that came out this year without basing things too much off of their product description or tech specs on paper. Functionality is king. All of these are currently available on the Nike site. Some of your local retailers should have them. Some of the best performers are already on sale. You know how it goes. Before we start, I'd like to let you know that I've just turned on the membership feature on this channel. I'll be doing at least 4 videos per month for members going forward. If you'd like to show love and support, I will greatly appreciate it. Honestly, my intention was never to price discriminate with exclusive content. Please just take it as you supporting me for more and better content if you do decide to join. Nothing changes with our regular programming, of course. They had a limited time offer where I could get $500 for turning on the feature. My wife would be pissed if I didn't do it. But knowing me, since we've started this, we'll only make it great. I also just want to take this chance to thank you for all your support. Let's keep going. I don't really have honorable mentions, but these two from Jordan brand were decent. I just didn't see anything particularly impressive about them. So let's say if you run into them at the outlet or clearance store for a great price, why not? Zion 4 and Jordan Air. Zion 3 was terrible. 4 is a little bit more forgiving in terms of fit or width. Not as narrow, not as stiff, but they gotta work on that traction, man. Jordan Air is a solid, budget-friendly option. Pretty comfortable. My feet were protruding out to the side from time to time playing in them. That's something to keep in mind if you prioritize good containment and stability. Okay, kicking off the list at number 10, I have the ST Flare. Yes, this is sort of a wild card. It is designed to be an outdoor basketball shoe. Should we applaud the effort by Nike to make something for those who only play outdoors? Sure, because this also is tanky and very durable. Large herringbone patterns, thick grooves, well-guarded midsole, but they used to be sold only in China. Now they've slowly brought them out in some other countries. Either way, that's just a pretty nasty move to make a performance model regional exclusive. Anyways, you can expect a generally stiff upper. Cushion takes time to break in. Eventually, you'll get a nice bounce back in the heel from the cushion foam. Everything feels safe and secure. If we were doing an outdoor-only list, this is probably gonna be number 1 or number 2 on it. Factoring in the indoor aspect or considering the comfort, flexibility, core feel, I think it's best out being your outdoor go-to because they have so many more great options for indoors. Next up at number 9, I know some people will consider these to be too low at this spot. I'll explain why. My experience in it was never fantastic to begin with. That mostly had to do with the amount of soreness I had, and that is the A1. Nike went the simple route with this design. Simple but clean. They were hot for a minute when they came out too. Performance-wise, traction is nice and squeaky, but once dust starts to accumulate on the bottom, that could become a little annoying. Cushion is adequate, nothing crazy. Fit is a little bit weird. Going true to size was super snug for me, especially in the toe box. Half size up, I'd be concerned about heel slippage. And either way, the upper kept squeezing my feet. As someone with extremely flat feet, I can tell you that you're gonna go through a lot of soreness if we're in the same boat. That also doesn't really go away over time. For this reason, I think the A1 is limited at number 9 here, due to potential foot pain, but across the board it's still decent for an $110 signature shoe. Coming in at number 8, see, just for the fact that you don't have to worry too much about soreness, I have it, or I think it deserves to be 1 spot higher than the A1, and I have the Giannis Freak 7. You can laugh about the lack of cushion on paper. No more zoom unit in the forefoot, but it really is a very comfortable ride. Cushion on 3.0, they increase the thickness of the midsole to a point where it even stacks up a little bit high off the ground. Soft and plush on feet, doesn't require a long break-in time. The zoom unit part, my take on it is that it didn't really matter because it wasn't like, oh, the Freak 5 and 6 were so responsive and bouncy to begin with. Now this became a brick. Nope, that is not the case. Didn't hurt much, that's what I meant. Plus, they lowered the retail price by about $25. Now at $115 instead of $140, the Freak 7 is a solid choice for fours and bigs, in my opinion. Now, a lighter, faster, and probably more ideal option, especially for guards, I have the Sabrina 3 at number 7. Sabrina 2 topped my Nike list last year. Why did it drop? Actually, let's get the upgrade out of the way first. A slightly stronger and more durable toe box. More reinforcement up front. That's honestly good news, especially given that quite a few people had their Sabrina 2 upper material falling loose or even tearing apart in this area over time. With that comes a tighter fit. The 3 runs narrower than the 2 widthwise. Step-in comfort isn't as cozy, and I also had a more consistent grip against dust in the 2. That's just my experience though. I think the 3 might have been missing a surprise factor or a more tangible change. Doesn't even have to be a huge upgrade. As the consumers, we sometimes just want to see some effort by the brand to implement new features. Nike clearly didn't bother here. Next, we have a familiar face at number 6, very similar to his previous model. But putting them on at the same time to compare, I did enjoy this year's version more. And I'm talking about the KD 18. 17 and 18 are both waifu friendly. Yes, KDs used to be really narrow and slim. These 2 were surprisingly spacious. I actually went half size down for the best fit. On the 18, they did like a Vomero 5 mesh base, taking a piece from the most comfortable Nike casual sneaker to me. Of course, I was sold. To make things quick, the most important change is a softer, more forgiving upper that conforms to your movements in a better way. Same cushion and traction pattern. A lot of you said in the comments that the new Puma Halley 1, the Halliburton shoe, looks very much like the KDs. Indeed, compared to the Halleys, this could have been bouncier. I would have liked to get more of an explosive feeling from a KD shoe. Yeah, that's why it didn't make the top 5 this time around, especially now that they've dropped some bangers in the second half of the year. Okay, moving into the top 5, I saved this spot for LeBron, but not the LeBron you were expecting. I have the LeBron Witness 9 at number 5. A huge change up. For the good, for the better, depending on how you look at it. They shifted away from Air Max to React X, and this is the first time we get a full-length React X midsole on a Nike basketball shoe. Technically a budget basketball shoe too. The result, excellent cushion for a shoe priced at just over $100. The heel presses down by a good amount. Pretty delicious. You get a lot of feedback underneath. There was a nice bounce to it. I even think cushion here on the new LeBron Witness beats the KDs. Traction is about average, but it turned out to be much lighter than I anticipated. Wide toe box, roomy fit. Heel slippage is the main drawback, but altogether, great shoe. I know we're still waiting on the LeBron 23 release, but at this particular moment, Junior is already top 5. Number 4 goes to a big one, a heavy one, a loaded one, their most expensive one, and that is the Air Jordan 40. $205, full-length Zoom X and full-length Zoom Strobo. Double stack, packed with cushion and energy return. That's something that you can immediately feel on feet. Also really benefit from. Traction is also amazing, even though the translucent also picks up a lot of dust. In general, this silhouette has more of a rounded shape, smoothly carved out. For example, the LeBron Witness 9 that we just placed at one spot below, that's a little bit too much of a square shape in the heel, and also on the lateral side, so movements didn't feel as fluent. Downside, this is one of the heaviest basketball shoes in recent years. I personally didn't feel like it really slowed me down while I played in them, but that could be more so because I was never fast to begin with. Anyways, the lateral containment and stability problem on the Jordan 39 is fixed. No more sole separation concern on the 38. Way better material and quality than the 37. Loved using the AJ40 as a hoop shoe. Top 3. Trust me, this wasn't a politically correct pick. I never really felt the hype, pure performance-wise. But if we take cushion and traction, arguably the 2 most important aspects of a basketball shoe, the Ja 3 is easily top tier. So Ja Morant's newest shoe, I have this at number 3. Traction is insanely squeaky and grippy, good against dust, but not durable enough for outdoor use. Zoom Max on the midsole, compared directly to the Zoom Max on the Jordan 40, it isn't as crazy, but you get much better speed wearing the Jazz. I mean, the shoe is about 100 grams lighter than the Air Jordan in the same size. Very bouncy, significantly better cushion than the Ja 1 and Ja 2. I just still wouldn't consider it to be really comfortable, especially when you first put on a pair, but it breaks in slowly. And like I said, this looks like a sharp and tough shoe, but feels pretty soft in reality. Avoid the Ja 3 for outdoor use. Avoid it if you have very wide feet. Otherwise, it is one of the best performers of the year. Bouncy, lightweight, and grippy. My second place goes to the GT Cut 3 Turbo. I'm looking at my picks now, and apparently we've got 3 Zoom Max shoes in a row. Turbo is more supportive than the regular GT Cut 3, more secure on feet, largely thanks to the different upper. Cushion is absolutely delicious. One of the bounciest shoes on the market. These guys feel loaded, and played it out without too much weight being added. Impact protection is top notch too. Landings are safe. Translucent also on the regular version is kind of a dust magnet. A lot of the colorways for the Turbo fix the dust pickup issue. I've been eyeing on the Drew Holiday PE, mainly because of that number 4 on there. Just waiting for it to go down, cheaper. Yeah, the $210 price tag could be unreasonable. Bigger discounts would be nice, but for the improved lockdown on an already excellent performer, the GT 3 Turbo will continue to show up on my top list in multiple categories. And the best Nike/Jordan performer, nothing crazy on paper, super fun and easy to use, no major downsides. One of my favorite shoes this year, the Luka 4. Jordan Brand has been hit or miss with these releases, to be honest. On the Lukas, they added a rectangular zoom unit up front. Cushion 3.0 is the base. Versus the Luka 3, the 4 feels faster, lighter, and even more responsive. I got almost like a quick snap in the forefoot. That's typically something we get from the KDs. Wide footers, you're good to go. Heavier players, think about Luka. Don't be Nico. Shifty guards, absolutely yes. You have a blast playing in these. I really love how the interior padding hugs my ankle area. It's secure enough, a little bit of a spongy effect, and also pretty plush inside. Traction is excellent on both the translucent also and solid rubber version, like the blue colorway. Same level of performance based on my experience. It's really a shoe that anybody can use, regardless of your playing style, body weight, or even foot shape. And this is not something that I can say about most of their basketball shoes. The Luka 4 hits all the right spots. Alright, so those were my picks for the top 10 basketball shoes from Nike and Jordan Brand this year, in order. Luka 4 is the most consumer-friendly, affordable, fun-to-use product from them, in my opinion, that anybody can use. GT 3 Turbo, Jkei 3 if you have a fast playing style with medium to narrow feet. Air Jordan, LeBron Witness. These 5 round up the top half of my list. As you probably know already, if you visit the Nike outlets or clearance stores, also your local retailer shops, their older releases might still be available and could be on bigger sales. One of my favorite activities is digging through those Nike discount racks. Let me know which Nike basketball shoe is your go-to right now. Maybe more importantly, is Nike still your go-to brand? Feel free to share with us in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.